apparently it's not affected people on the roads. I was noticing this yesterday. Apparently a lot of people maybe start their Memorial Day weekend like really early, like yesterday. What are you doing here?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Okay, fine. I had no idea. We got Market Watcher Larry Shover on all of this. Larry, if the high prices were supposed to dissuade drivers, does not appear to be the case. But what's interesting about this is the higher prices are partly, a result of an improving economy and a pickup in activity. But there does come a resistance point, doesn't there, or when?
Yeah, no, I think there does. And, gasoline up, 10% on the year. And at some point there'll be an inflection point, but we're not seeing it right now. And I think it's because we just got done with very high gas prices a couple of years ago. And somehow we're getting used to that again. Like gas shouldn't be $2 a gallon. It should be closer to $5 a gallon. But right now, it doesn't seem to be affecting the economy.
I'm sorry, Larry, I jump on that. What should be the level? Now, we're showing some New York City and related areas. California, this has been mimicked with the high taxes on gasoline.
Yeah.
But by and large, the $4 or $5 gas is more an anomaly in the rest of the country. But you're saying that would be returning to the norms.
No, no. Thanks for clarifying. I don't mean it that way. No, it's okay. It's more that I think we as consumers are used to that. Like, oh, dear, that's what we got to pay. So the shock value is over. I don't think we're going to see it, and I hope we don't see it. But I think the right price for gasoline is probably around $2.50, $2.75, and getting up around $4.50, that's tough.
So when people are, a lot of gas stations have prices in a similar range in a community or what have you, but it is high and getting higher. Do you expect this to dissipate, or what do you look at?
I do think it's going to dissipate, but I've been saying that all year, so full disclosure about that. OPEC, they took out 1.8 million barrels a day off the market 18 months ago. You combine that with Venezuela, it's like we're short about 3 million barrels a day. So it all depends on whether this happens in the third quarter or the fourth quarter. I'm hoping it's the third quarter, so that would make prices go down quickly. We also have to remember U.S. with pipeline constraints. There's a lot of supply. We just can't get it through. So if there's a shale surprise, that's going to help weigh on prices as well. And lastly, and not least, is that, let's face it, we're closer to the end of the cycle than we are at the beginning of an economic cycle. And I just can't imagine global demand remaining how it's been over the past 18 months.
Incredible. Larry, thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
All right. In case you didn't hear, Harvey Weinstein was back in court, came and left, but not before encountering one Connell McShane, who was watching it all. Connell, how'd it go?
Well, something else earlier today, Neil, and Harvey Weinstein is facing some serious charges. This one-time movie mogul. One woman alleges that he raped her. Another says he committed a criminal sex act. The 66-year-old facing up to 37 years in prison. He made an appearance before the judge, Kevin McGrath, here at Manhattan Criminal Court earlier in the day today. His lawyer, the well-known defense attorney, Benjamin Brafman, at his side in the courtroom. And then following that appearance, Brafman stopping on his way out to speak briefly with reporters. Here he is.
Mr. Weinstein will enter a plea of not guilty. We intend to move very quickly to dismiss these charges. We believe that they are constitutionally flawed. We believe that they are not factually supported by the evidence, and we believe that at the end of the process, Mr. Weinstein will be exonerated.
Now, as Brafman was speaking out in front of the courthouse, Mr. Weinstein was let out a back exit. He's been asked by prosecutors to surrender his passport, also to wear a GPS device. He could only travel to the states of New York and Connecticut before he's due back in court. Now, when I said it was something else, that was earlier today. We saw Harvey Weinstein, this well-known movie executive for years and years, let out of a New York City precinct and let out in handcuffs by the New York City Police Department. Two detectives escorting him to a waiting SUV, and he was driven then to the courthouse. He'll be due back in court in the summer. July 30th is his next appearance, and these are very serious charges, Neil, that Weinstein faces. As I said, there are two women, one from 2004, a woman who alleges that Weinstein forced her to perform oral sex on him, and the second from 2013, a woman that alleges that he raped her. Neil, back to you.
All right, Connell, thank you very much. Connell McShane, a quick peek at the corner of Wall and Broad right now, where the Dow is down about 80 points. Tumbling energy prices not helping today. Might help you with the gas pump. Of course, there could be a delay there, but given the disproportionate number of energy-related issues in the Dow and elsewhere, having just the opposite effect for investors. More to this.
Prudential asked these couples, how much money do you think you'll need in